The Midnight Beta has been out for quite some time now, and it is time to talk about my biggest issues with Feral Druid in Midnight. There are a bunch of good things, and I've touched on those, and I'm excited for it in general, but there are some glaring issues that I really hope are addressed before the launch. So let's dive into those, and let's get this going. What do you like and dislike about Midnight so far? It's a good question. I gotta go over it again. So, in general, I like that Blizzard are simplifying things and declunking things. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Like, I think BT was a clunky thing. You had 5 comm points. You maybe got Succeed. You have no BT. There were 2 choices. Either you overcap 3 comm points and proc BT, or you spend with no Blood Talents. Both of those felt bad in terms of like gameplay. So I'm happy that it's gone. I think Swarm being gone also feels kind of good. Like it didn't line up with anything really, and it just felt a bit clunky to get the global off. So I'm happy that those things are gone. But I feel like they've gone too far on the pruning. I can just speak for Feral now because I've not played most things. Renewal being gone feels really bad for me. Like, I feel just like, I don't know the word. Like, declawed in a way. Or not declawed. It feels bad. It feels bad. Like, that was a nice, flavorful ability. Quite fun to press. Bear form renewal. That's gone now. It's like a passive thing. Not a fan of that. And also, they removed Slash. Brutal Slash is gone. I was actually pretty happy that Slash was gone in a way because it was just like so good that you only press Slash. Now we have Swipe, which is pretty bad. It costs more energy and it does very little damage, right? And I thought, you know what, this is kind of fine because we had Thrash on the last beta build, and it was like, finally, maybe it's worth pressing Thrash sometimes. But then the last build, they also removed Thrash from Feral. It just feels like they have a good idea, but then they're taking it too far. And what ends up happening now, if you're not playing Lunar, like if you play a Chump build, you end up as a Feral now only having Rip and Rake to maintain. Like, these are the only bleeds you actually you know, keep up, and that feels not good. I think it's gone too far at that point. If you play Lunar, it feels a bit better because then you have 3, and like then it feels more nice. But you shouldn't have to play Lunar to, like, have the spec feel whole, in a way. So, I'm not happy with that. But again, I do love... And, guys, the new icons are awesome, man. The new icons, I love them. I actually love them. And I'll talk about Chomp in a moment. And I think Chomp is cool, but there's also some issues with it. But then you just bite instead of refreshing. I mean, you bite always. I mean, the only bleed spender we had was Rip, right? And you still have Rip up. And when Rip us up, is either Maim or Bite. But yeah, I do love the new icons. I think it's really clean. Taking away BT, now Fury changes the icons. And that's the only snapshot. So it's very obvious when the bleeds are buffed and when they're not buffed. But yeah, I mean, because Thrash is a generator, right? Instead of applying 3-4 dots now, you just apply 2 and just bite. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, you only bite when you have 5 comm points. If you do 2 more shreds or a Thrash and a shred, you're still biting when you're biting because they are generators. You would just like do 1 less shred and Thrash instead, for example. But bite is a spender, and dots, Rake, you know, Rip is a spender, of course. But Thrash, Slash, Rake, Shred, like these are all, like, we still have the same comm points kind of in circulation. It's about, like, when I'm generating my combo points, am I just spamming Shred back to back to back to back? Having, like, a little Thrash, if it was worth maintaining, it was tuned properly. To me, that just feels better than just, like, spamming Shred. But again, like, I think it's a good thing that they've declunked us a little bit. But if you take it to the extreme, you just kind of lose the flavor, you know? And it's about finding the balance there. Because you want Feral to feel like you are doing something and not just spamming Shred and Rip, basically, and Rake. Like, then it's, you know, just... I could be playing Havoc DH or something. So, I think they are onto something, but they've taken it a bit too far. It's still early beta, so I'm not really too worried. I think now with Swarm being gone, it would be the perfect time to add Mangle. Like, give us Mangle in cat form. Give us Mangle in cat form, man. I swear it's the perfect time for it. That would be so good. It would really smooth out the rotation, keep it simple, and have this like little buff you keep up. That's not a bleed. And it cannot be dispelled. Yeah, like Wrath, Cataclysm, Mangle, yeah. But here's the thing. So, it's not like when you have Lunar, it feels better though, Doozy. Because when you have Lunar, you're not just shredding. You're also, you know, lunaring a lot. And also when you're kiting, like, it's actually a lot of Lunar as well, which feels good. But I think it's a bit of a flaw when it only feels that way when you spec Lunar and not grabbing Chomp. And now let's talk about Chomp, actually. Because I have some issues with Chomp as well. We have no Mangle, Tony. Oh, you mean if we had Mangle? Well, that's all just tuning. Let's say if Mangle, you know, puts up that debuff, like that increases your bleeds, let's say by 10%. Then it's just a tuning thing for Blizzard. Like, have Shred do a bit more damage than Mangle. But Mangle applies the debuff. Then you Mangle to apply the debuff, but you Shred, you know. So that's just like a number thing, I think, at least. And I think that could be good. I think it could be good, personally. By the way, guys, these are just ideas I have. I've not necessarily thought all this through that much, so just know that. But yeah. Which one is better right now, in your opinion? Chomp or Lunar? I think Lunar is better. I do think Chomp has some use. So, okay, now let's talk about Chomp, man. Okay, so Chomp. Again, it's Chomp or Lunar, which to me just feels bad in general. And when you're playing Chomp, you have like only Rake and Rip to maintain, which to me feels not good. One thing that I do like about Chomp is that it kind of brings out some potential in Druid the Claw because of a new talent they've added. Tear Down the Mighty, 25% more damage on Chomp and Feral Frenzy, which is quite massive. So I'm quite happy in that regard that it gives Druid the Claw a bit of a chance. YouTube video? Maybe, potentially. But it is quite hard to get down to the Chomps. There we are. It is quite hard to get low enough energy. And I just feel like it does not really compete with Lunar. Because getting comp points from range is really, really big. Really big. Even with no BT to proc. But okay, that's how I'm feeling about Feral right now. The good, the bad. And I want to end this again. Like, I do like it overall. I think Blizzard are doing some good stuff. And I'm hoping throughout this beta phase that they can just kind of fine-tune it, add back a few things, and make it the way that I want. I will... Again, this is my opinion on this stuff. But I do play a lot of Feral.